Hey everybody. So for today's movie review, I'm going to talk about the film My Week with Marilyn. It is a pretty new movie. It is an independent film by director Simon Curtis. Simon Curtis unfortunately did not direct a lot of big movies until just now, so this is kind of his big movie as of right now. So My Week with Marilyn, you guys, it is a very impressive film. I was very um, satisfied with what I got for my money's worth. This film focuses on a secret relationship that Marilyn Monroe had while working on the film The Prince and The Showgirl, which is a film that she worked on right before the famous Billy Wilder film Some Like It Hot. Um, Around this time in Marilyn Monroe's life, she was married to Arthur Miller. One thing I was a little bit hoping for with this movie that the film didn't quite cover was I was hoping it was going to cover Marilyn Monroe's other relationships. Unfortunately, it only covers the Arthur Miller relationship that she had, and this secret relationship that obviously happens throughout the movie with the main character. The main character is what appears to be a third assistant director for The Prince and the Showgirl. And this film is actually based off of a biographical, I would say more of an autobiography book that this guy actually wrote um, many years after The Prince and the Showgirl. Um, and the film does a very good job with keeping that relationship secret, kind of this um, some people kind of knowing about that relationship and some people really not knowing about it at all. Um, this film was very good with acting, with chemistry, with costume design, set design. Um, I have very little, if any, complaints at all about any of those aspects of the film. Um, Michelle Williams was a terrific Marilyn Monroe. I can definitely tell that she went back and watched old Marilyn Monroe films, watched her fashion modeling, the way she talked, the way she behaved on the set. And she did a very good job with all of those things. Um, Dominic Cooper, Kenneth Branaugh, Judi Dench. I'm trying to think of the really famous Emma Watson from Harry Potter was in this film too. All of them did terrific in this. I mean, this is definitely a film where if you want good acting, you will definitely get it with this movie. Um, I also like how this film focused on Marilyn Monroe's flaws. Um, this film talked about she got very scared, if not ran away from the set when she got really nervous. Um, Things like they had to do many takes before they could actually decide on a scene that they actually enjoyed editing wise with the movie, with the director she had to work with. They had to refilm a lot of the scenes that she was in for the movies because they couldn't get it the way they wanted it done. Um, so I liked how they made Marilyn Monroe human with this movie. I liked how they said, as much as we think she was this perfect icon, she had her own personal flaws. I liked how this film kind of told about her honest opinion with her relationships. She loved her husbands, but at the same time there was problems along the way. I mean, her and Arthur Miller didn't get along all the time. There's a scene that I absolutely love in this movie without ruining the film, where the third assistant director, who's the main character of the movie, and Marilyn Monroe are talking in a bedroom, and many people probably thought who read this man's autobiography kind of like, what are they really doing in there? But what the film did, and I'm hoping that this is what actually happened, because would be quite touching if this actually did happen with this man and Marilyn Monroe. Um, they talked about kind of things that they were hoping for in their life that didn't quite be as good as they were hoping it was going to be. And I think that moment was very touching for me because I think we all feel that way at some points in time. Like, when we get married, we're going to be, perfectly happy. Nothing will go wrong. We'll have perfect kids. We'll have a perfect house, a perfect neighborhood, a perfect everything else. And I liked how this one scene of the film the lead character and Marilyn Monroe truly talked about what I really, really wanted and what exactly what were the big mistakes that happened along the way, and they kind of discussed that with each other, and it was a very well done scene. You really got the impression that uh, these two people were really bothered by those certain aspects of their lives, and they really want to improve upon them. And this film did a very I have very few complaints about My Week with Marilyn. It's a very terrific film. It is a film that showed about Marilyn Monroe's success and her flaws in her acting career. It showed kind of who the secretive man was, kind of this, if Marilyn Monroe got to be married to somebody that she wasn't married to, she'd probably be married to this man. And this film did a very good job with kind of the short termness between a man and Marilyn Monroe at the time. How Marilyn was she got very, very attached to somebody, and then all of a sudden it would just let go. And I thought this film did a very, very good job. And My Week with Marilyn is such an appropriate title because it truly focuses on the short termness between her and the people that really, really connected with her, really wanted to be with her for a long time. So, My Week with Marilyn, you guys, is a terrific film. If you want to know more about Marilyn Monroe or this third assistant director that was a very secretive part of her life, this film is the perfect film to go see because you get to hear both ends of that story. The acting jobs are terrific. If you like Kenneth Branaugh or Emma Watson or Dominic Cooper or any of those people, or if you just want to see a new director like Simon Curtis, it's a great film to go see. Unfortunately, it is a limited release. I had to go see this at a Sundance Cinema in Madison, so I don't know how many limited release theaters there are. Um, but this one's definitely taking a longer drive to, I think, just because of how terrific the film is. I think if you have a theater in town that has limited releases, this is definitely a film to go see in that theater. Um, so My Week with Marilyn, guys, a huge thumbs up from me, 9 out of 10. See this film; it's very good.